The astrology confirmed this massive dump that we got here. I warned you guys months in advance. Some of you listened, some of you ignored me. Here is some of the proof. Here's the video I just made last week. Take a listen. Saturn. So Saturn can bring big contractions. Coupled with Neptune, when it conjuncts Neptune, can bring a lot of confusion in the markets. We're seeing that. We're seeing a lot of confusion. People are now, now some people are saying that's the end of the bull run, or it absolutely could be. Others are saying we're just getting started. So we are getting this major Neptune confusion, and we are getting the Saturn contraction on the day of. All right, you can't make this stuff up, guys. If you believe in astrology, you get it. If you don't, I don't know what you're doing watching this channel. But we are getting the contraction and the confusion with Neptune. Now we're going to go days ahead, and this planet Saturn was retrograding. Well, it's retrograding right now, but look, watch. It's a red 25 number right there, and it's going to turn white. So it's going to go direct. And the problem with that is it's going to go again. It's going to pass over that Neptune. Actually, let's go back. It's going to pass right over that Neptune exactly a third and final time. The first time was April 7th. Then we're having it today right now, and Bitcoin's dumping. And we're getting, note that this was 6 days ago. It again, December 8th. So we are not out of the woods. And if we look at it from this chart here, it shows how long this transit is in orbit, how long it's within a couple degrees. And this is going all the way out to January. It's in orb right now. It's been in orb since November 2nd. And it's going to stay in orbit. So basically, the effects of this transit are going to continue all the way to January 2nd. All right, so this is concerning, guys. I don't know if you need a sign from the universe. Like, here is a sign. Like, this is not looking very good. This is why I'm in 50% cash right now. I repeat, 50% cash. 50% cash. All right, now we have continued to dump since then. All right, so, and that was 6 days ago, but I have also warned you guys and my private crypto astro menders. I've warned them months in advance that the end of November was not looking good, and could be the end of the bull market. I even had a video where I predicted that, actually, now that I think of it. See if I can find it. If we go to my videos here, and it was a video I made back, let's see, I said we had a certain amount of days left. Okay, maybe I'll find it for the next video, but I had a video warning y'all months and months in advance. And then in my private crypto astro mastermind, also warned you guys. And then I said that I was selling right here. So you see this video 1 month ago when I was selling. I was hoping that we were going to get more upside in October, but that definitely didn't happen. So I made sure to protect from more of this downside. But anyways, the people that listened were able to protect their portfolios from massive dumpage. It's very difficult. Sometimes it's very depressing. It's hard to sell in areas like this. This is around where I sold right here, where we got a little rebound, and then I didn't make as much profits as I was hoping, but I was able to protect from this massive dumpage that we've just had the past few weeks here. All right, so I'm not here to sugarcoat it. This is not looking great. The only good news with the astrology is that, we have some good transits. We have Mercury retrograde conjunct Venus coming up here on the 25th. Then we have these positive transits here, but this is just general astrology. It's not specific to the Bitcoin chart. Then we have some potential volatility here. But the best news is that Mercury goes direct on November 30th. Man, this Mercury retrograde has been one of the most brutal Mercury retrogrades we've ever had. Just unbelievable downside for crypto in this Mercury retrograde period, which we've had the last few weeks, the last couple weeks. And in terms of the Bitcoin astrology, there is another concern. There's this Uranus opposing the Bitcoin progressing moon. That's for the progress chart. That could just bring a lot more volatility. Yeah. So that's not great. But then, of course, the Saturn conjunct the IBIT Neptune, which I just played for y'all. We're getting another direct hit on December. So if we go ahead here, wait, this is the Bitcoin chart. So we have the Bitcoin chart. We also have the Bitcoin Blackrock ETF chart. The astrology has honestly been following more closely to this Bitcoin Blackrock ETF. Following, that video that I just played for y'all. We are going to get another Saturn conjunct the IBIT Bitcoin Blackrock ETF Neptune again on December 8th. So that could possibly bring more downside. But like I showed you, it is still in orb. It's within 3 degrees all the way out, all the way through the entire month of December. The only good news is after the 8th, we don't have a direct conjunction with that negative astrology. But then we have Jupiter opposing the Bitcoin Blackrock ETF moon. And that could, that's more volatility there. So, and then we also get Jupiter opposing the IBIT sun. And the moon and the sun are very sensitive areas on the chart. And Jupiter opposing it could crush people's optimism. So, and then this is pretty negative too in January. So, man, I hate to say it, but it's just not looking good for most of December. Let's look at the Bitcoin general astrology. I mean, we get a slightly positive transit Neptune sextiling the Bitcoin Jupiter on January 5th, but still, December's still not looking very good. Besides, all the way till the end of December, we might have to wait all the way to the end of December for Jupiter sextiling the Bitcoin Saturn on December 29th, which could bring a little more optimism, slow and steady growth. Saturn can be slow and steady growth. Hard work is required. But then we do get another positive, at least on the Bitcoin astrology chart, with Jupiter trining the Bitcoin Uranus on January 16th. All right. By the way, apologies that I was gone for 5 days there. I was on a retreat on a little island, and I was really enjoying some time off. I did warn you guys months in advance for the downside that we've had here. So it was really up to y'all if you wanted to listen or not. But I am back, so I'll do my best to be here as much as possible. But man, I mean, also a lot of times during these dumps, it's best, at least for me, my strategy, it's best just to not even be looking at the charts when things are just falling. And then, I take a glimpse at them every now and then, but I did buy a little bit of Bitcoin here. I didn't get the 80,000 level. Just for swing trading, honestly. Just for a little bit of swing trading. Really simple. I did buy a little Ethereum here, as these were kind of the levels I was wanting to buy, under 2,800 around here. So I did buy some Ethereum around here. I think it could go up to either 3,000 or possibly even 3,300. And then for Bitcoin, I was thinking, well, I could show y'all just based on the liquidity gaps. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, there's a little, either Bitcoin only goes to like 88,500, which should be very lame. Let's look on the weekly. Or there's a liquidity gap, a bigger one, and it goes to like 92,800. So those are the levels I'm thinking approximately. Yeah, 92,800. So just a little swing trade. I'm not going to make much money on that, but Just something to pass the time with, just really simple swing trading. Now, I mean, there is a chance, best case scenario, that we get up to like 99, maybe 100, but let's see. Actually, this gets up to, yeah, 99,000. That's probably the best case scenario. Let's see, 98, or maybe just below 99,000, maybe 98,600. Just looking at these liquidity gaps here on different time scales. On the 2-week scale, yeah, it looks like 98,600 to be safe. I would be targeting for the most bullish chance, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to shoot for 98,000 because we might not get up there. And in the case because we got to have further downside, because I mean, one of the reasons the astrology is not looking great. Now, I'd say the only saving grace with astrology, like I said, is if after Mercury retrograde on November 30th, things start to recover. But other than that, I mean, a lot of the other astrology transits are not looking good. So I wouldn't be super overly optimistic about it. But we look at the change in global liquidity chart. This is not just the global liquidity, it's the change in global liquidity. It is showing an uptick from approximately mid-December all the way to February so far, with a 77-day offset. But the fact that we're getting this massive dumpage before the potential bottom there, maybe the offset is a little bit... Is the offset a little bit off? Possible. So maybe this happens a little earlier. But also with the some of the cyclical indicators that I've been looking at show possible dump later in December. So I wouldn't count that out. And we're seeing that with the Blackrock Astrology. So I'm preparing for another scary dump at some point. I hate to say it. We've already gotten insanely scary dumps. And if you followed, if you listened to what I was saying and you took some profits, then you wouldn't have been in as much pain as you might be right now. I know it's challenging. I know it's difficult. Yeah, so I mean, there are some negative transit on the December 24th, so that's concern. And again, January 5th. So, I mean, there's a variety of ways to do this. Either if we get a move up here, you take a little bit more profits, maybe start doing some swing trading. Yeah, my strategy perhaps for the next couple months is to just be doing some really simple trades. Just probably won't even be making that much money, but could pass the time. Or it might just be good just not even to look at the charts. That might be the best thing to do. And we'll have to wait and see if we can get a rebound in December. That would mean we could be following this change in global liquidity line again, and we could have more upside heading into next year. We could have a continued bull run. But if we continue to decouple from this change in global liquidity, we could be in a bear market. So definite possibility we couldn't be in a bear market. So you have to definitely be aware of that. I would much rather sell my portfolio here and not get all of this downside and maybe even further downside than try to just hold, and then just see my portfolio shrink more and more and more. And then, of course, I can buy on these dips and try to do a little swing trading, but not recommended if you don't know what you're doing. Before doing any swing trading, it's best to know, what is your entry position and what's your exit position. Don't do any swing trades without confirming your exit position ahead of time. All right. Let's see what else I wanted to cover. Let's see if there's any questions. Type them in the comments. Hi, Jack. So you're thinking some up until 8-12-ish. Down till Christmas before some recovering in the new year. If we're lucky, there might be a little bit of up, especially around Mercury going direct on November 30th, but not guaranteed. Unfortunately, it might not be that much up. And we could have further downside, yeah, definitely, into Christmas. We'll see. Either we start to recover around mid-December, like December 13th or something, which is kind of what the global liquidity is saying, or we continue. Maybe crypto comes up a little bit, gives people some hope, and then we might get another dump. I'd say anywhere around December 13th and Christmas. I think we could get a macro market dump, because I was looking at some macro market cycle indicators. Anyways, this guy Slim on YouTube, he does this cyclical analysis, and he's been quite accurate. He's predicting a possible correction in the broader markets sometime in December, could be late December. Yeah, and the fact that the Bitcoin astrology is also not looking good with the Bitcoin Blackrock ETF astrology just kind of confirms that. So that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know these markets are crazy. Let me know what questions you have, what topics you'd like me to cover, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.